Well, Doreen, here we are, beautiful downtown Los Angeles, the 2015 World Games. Special Olympics USA going to be well represented with 4 athletes from the state of Alaska.
Most definitely. Those 4 athletes being Christine Quick and C.J. Ums, both swimmers from Juneau. Then we got Kodiak's powerlifter and Brittany Tregartha, and of course Garrett Stortz, the golfer. He won gold in nationals over in Jersey, and he's here at the World Games to create something even better, sir.
Man, and you know, it's really interesting to captivate a market, especially the size of Los Angeles.
Oh, man,
we're talking about
huge.
the #2 market in the United States of America, big and all over town.
Yes,
it's all Special Olympics, and then as you get outside of town a little bit today, we had a chance to go out to Arcadia, Glendale, California.
85 towns are being used here to create this massive event here. You know, lots of work, lots of sweat, effort, tears have been put into this event, and the 4 years of work is culminating into 10 days of competition.
And you know what's really neat is we were there and we experienced it firsthand when the Flame of Hope, the Olympic torch, came rolling down Tudor Road, came right, Senator Dan Sullivan, carrying that flame with all of the athletes and our reporters from the station right down to Tudor Road to our studio.
Exactly.
And here we are in Los Angeles, California, where the same thing is happening. And one of the men that was up there is down here. He's a U.S. Marshal. How about Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson, you know, put a lot of work. He did 5 to 6 torch runs today, really sweating it out. But, you know, it's all for a good cause. Jimmy Johnson, great individual. And we definitely was able to catch up and speak with that man earlier today.
Well, check out this story.
Everywhere we go, people want to know, who we are, where we come from, so we tell them, we are the torch run.
That was a scene in Glendale, California earlier today, a scene very similar to the one in Anchorage, Alaska not that long ago. And guess who was there? U.S. Marshal, Alaska's own Jimmy Johnson. The relationship between law enforcement and Special Olympic athletes dates back many years.
Over the past 50 years, I have competed in many sports, but my passion is running. Since high school, I've finished 3 marathons. That's 26.2 miles each.
Family, unified, inclusion. These games aren't just about competition, they're about changing the world. The 4 athletes representing Alaska are also representing Special Olympics USA with Special Olympics USA at UC Riverside, one of 85 host cities in Southern California. The opening ceremony for this year's World Games are this Saturday as the flame will make its way into the iconic LA Coliseum. Last year, Jimmy Johnson was right there carrying the flame into the Prudential Center for the National Games in New Jersey. Well, there you have it, the anticipation building, the torch run, inclusion, a great message. And we were there to witness the torch coming down Tudor Road.
Oh, yeah.
Senator Dan Sullivan, you had, well, U.S. Marshal Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy
right
Johnson,
there.
you know, lots of work. He ran, what, 5 or 6 torch runs today. He says in a day they've ran about 10 to 15 miles. You know, these guys are working. Law enforcement got their nails dug deep into what's going on with the Special Olympics.
Well, they're the keepers of the flame.
Exactly.
They're the protectors of the flame. And I mean, there is a very special bond between law enforcement and the Special Olympic athletes, which is really neat. We got to see that firsthand earlier today and all the time. So anyways, Friday it all wraps up, and then on Saturday, I believe 10 a.m. to 3 o'clock is going to be the big ceremony at the LA Coliseum. That's going to be insane. It's
going to be insane. We got the First Lady coming down, Michelle Obama. We got Stevie Wonder, so many celebrities coming down to watch the opening ceremonies. Got thousands upon thousands of people coming down to just witness the start of a great event, which is the Special Olympic World Games.
I love it. Kerby Dort, John Thompson for the next 2 weeks. We invite you to stay with your Alaska Link every night for coverage of LA. The World Games. The world is watching, and we're bringing you those stories right here on your Alaska Link.